welcome to the channel. It's Wednesday and it's about 12 o'clock, and I thought I would come up and walk up around the river. We had a lot of rain last night and the day before, and we've had some flooding up here. Not necessarily in the areas that I've seen it before in the past around, you know, Astra and things like that. It didn't look like it flooded there, but it has flooded down in the Haya district, and I think a couple of places in Mae Rim as well. And maybe around the moat. I think the moat overflowed yesterday, and there was a lot of water out. But right now we're out right across from Duke's, and we'll walk south here, and then I'll walk across the Iron Bridge and get back inside the city. And I'm going to tell you about something that happened here last week that's just utterly mind-blowing. You know, as long as I've lived here 14 years, and I've been coming here for 20 years, it always happens, something just tops the charts. And what happened this last week has topped the charts for me anyway, and I'm going to tell you about it. It's really kind of a real sad story, but I'll turn it around so you can see Duke's. And I want to thank everybody that's coming to the channel, everybody that's bought coffee, helped supported the channel, you know, super thanks and all that. I really appreciate that. And there's my favorite blue building. It's just, that building just stands out in the sky there. But anyway, we'll start walking this way. You can see how high the water is, man. And it's going pretty high. But last week, people started showing up in the hospital in Bangkok, and really in bad shape. Their livers had shut down, kidneys had shut down. A lot of them came in, were in complete distress as far as, you know, their respiratory systems had shut down. Some of them had lost their eyesight. And we're seeing just kind of white spots, and it just baffled the hospitals, and they finally started putting things together. And it turns out that the one thing that all these people had in common is they had all visited a place, what they call, it's called Som YaDong. And Lick explained to me what it means. Som means shack, Ya means crazy, and Dom means pickle. And what it is people, and I've seen it before. I've not seen it in Bangkok, but I have seen it in Chiang Mai. If you go up to Doi Pui, they used to have a little room in there that you could go in, and they had it in there. And I've seen it when you go take the boat across over into Laos. They had a shack set up over there where you could have tasted it, and I thought about doing it, and I said, nah, I believe I'll pass on it. But what it is they take whiskey, and it's homemade fermented stuff, and they'll put all kinds of herbs in it, and I mean, the stuff that I saw had snakes in it, and spiders, and tarantulas, and centipedes, and all kinds of stuff. And they sell it as an aphrodisiac, a potency builder. And I'll put a picture in the video of it. And you know, in the old days they were in shacks, but now, you know, they're set up different stands around it. And when they started tracking it, they tracked it down to one particular lady, and she had been selling it for about 30 years. And she'd never had any problems. And naturally, it's illegal, you know. It's kind of like the guy that spit on my father-in-law's shingles. You know, it's not any kind of, it's kind of like a crazy kind of medicine. But anyway, they tracked it to her, and what she ended up telling them was that she had been doing it for 30 years, but she had just changed suppliers to a couple of friends of her husband. And you know, the people had told her that you know, it tasted the same, and didn't have any problems with it for a while there. So she went ahead and just started using them. I think, yeah, we'll walk across here, get on the other side. And it turns out that these two guys had just started making it, and they had gotten the ingredient, found out what ingredients to use off the internet, and they were making it with methyl alcohol, methanol, and that's, you know, that's not that's not how you do it. But anyway, it was giving these people methanol poisoning, and it turns out they had sold it to 18 different locations in and around Bangkok, and so far 6 people have died from it. 18 were on respirators last time that I checked. Numerous people have had kidney failure and are on dialysis, and maybe will have to be on dialysis for the rest of their life over this crap. And it's just, to me, it's just unbelievable. You know, I just can't imagine it. But you know, it's just one of those mind-blowing things that you hear about and you think, no, it could never happen. Well, it did happen, and a lot of people are going to suffer from it, you know. And if you've ever come over here and you've gone to some of these small villages and stuff, they'll have the little shacks set up and they'll offer it to you. I think when we went to up to Doi Pui, I think it was 50 baht, and they give you their little ladle in there, and you scoop it out and give you a shot of it. And I think when I was in Laos, that was back in probably 2007 or 2008. I think it was like 20 or 30 baht as well. But I looked at it, and there's tarantulas and snakes and all kinds of stuff in there. I said, I don't want any part of that. But you know, you'll go in these different places, and they'll have the little bottle set up, and inside the bottle will be a cobra snake, and this is basically what the whiskey is. It's just, you know, kind of like I don't know if it's a rice whiskey or what it is, but whatever it was definitely poison. Now, they've arrested the 2 guys, and they've arrested the one lady, I believe. I'm not really sure, and I'll leave a link to the article in the description. You can read about it. But you know, it just goes to show that when you're out traveling, just because something's offered to you doesn't necessarily mean that it's you know, the smart thing to do. You know, I came very close to taking it when I was in Laos. I said, I'll try it. You know, I'm kind of a daring person, and you know, something new, I'll do it. You know, I've ate cobra snake before, and you know, no big deal. But something told me not to do it, and I just kind of backed away from it, and never thought anything about it after that. And when I saw it in Doi Pui, I didn't even consider it. Once I saw the size of that centipede that was in that bottle, I said, nope, I don't want any part of that. Huh. It's a new place. No, it's not new. It's been here a while. Huh. I think we'll walk up this way. But, you know, be cautious, and don't, just because somebody's going to offer you something doesn't mean that it's, you know, it's healthy, or, you know, it's the right thing to do. And that's what worries me about all these cannabis shops that are opening up now. You know, and I'm not saying it's how it is, hello, but you know, when I was working drugs and stuff, we'd find people putting all kinds of crap in drugs, and you know, they'd lace their marijuana with formaldehyde and crap like that, and you just don't know what you're getting, you know, and especially here, there's absolutely zero regulation on about anything. You know, there's been cases that they found meat factories were storing their meat in formaldehyde, and that again was in Bangkok. But you know, just because something is offered to you doesn't necessarily mean that it's safe. You know, I'm sure these people that are in the hospitals now and on ventilators, and I'm sure they wish they had a second choice about what they took, and unfortunately they don't. That's really sad. You think that something like that one mistake could take you through the rest of your life. Guys out doing their job. But don't fall for it. Oh, she wants to be in the video. Oh, that's funny. But there's a lot of things out there that can hurt you. A lot of things that you think won't hurt you that will. And, you know, I wouldn't have thought that would have happened, you know, but, darn, you know, wait, next thing you know, you're taking what you think is going to make you, well, no nice way to say it, make you have an arousal, and it ends up putting you in the hospital for a long period of time, or you know, deforms you for the rest of your life. Some stuff just isn't worth it. And the guy's just sacked out over there. The Hideaway. And there's the Amelia Hotel. Yeah, we'll keep walking up this way. Now, there's no telling how many people this will actually affect. You know, 2 died today, so that it was at 4, and now it's at 6. So there's no telling how many more will die before they get to the end of it. And it's just pitiful, absolutely pitiful. I could see my father-in-law taking some of that stuff. Now, one time when I was up, this was back, would have been probably 2008, 2009. My father-in-law, he would make his own rice whiskey. And at the time, I wasn't so much of a teetotaler. I mean, I didn't drink, but you know, he put it out in front of me, said, "Here, taste it, taste this." I tasted it. I didn't notice anything different. You know, like I said, I'm really not much of a drinker, so it wasn't, I was doing it more to just to kind of be friendly than anything else. That's an old building right there. You know, get up here and walk in front of the governor's mansion and back across the bridge again. And down this I call this Hollis Street. Somebody else said it was something else, but there's a lot of good food on this road. A lot of good beef cow soy sold down there. And over to the right is the governor's mansion. We will go up here and cut to the right and come back down across the bridge. We'll get a better look at the river from there as well. But yeah, it's really sad. You know, you figure 28 people, and how many other lives is that going to affect? You know, it's just not the people that took it, but you know, their families, their kids. You know, it's just unthinkable. And, you know, I don't know what kind of punishment they're going to put on these 2 guys. They mentioned some fines and stuff, but you know, I'm thinking, you know, back when I worked drugs and stuff, if you sold somebody drugs that killed them, you know, we were charging you with homicide, and it would stick as well. It's pretty neat, the front of the governor's mansion. Now we'll walk this way. We'll enjoy the view here. Back when I was, you know, every time I tell somebody I'm a cop from Tennessee, they always ask me about moonshine stills and stuff like that. And we had them. I never ran up on one. I ran up on some places that had moonshine, but I never ran up on an active still. And but back in the early days, back in the 1900s, it was really prevalent in the area that I lived in. We had one sheriff, I can't remember his name, Israel something or other, but back in the 1920s, he was actually shot and killed raiding a still out in the mountains. And through the years, it's just, you know, it's just kind of faded away. But there are still some that will make it. You know, you go in their house and they've got a little mason jar sitting up on the counter, and they've made their whiskey. But we never had anything that was, you know, ongoing thing where they were making it and selling it and, you know, making a profit off of it. And mainly it was, you know, people making methamphetamine and selling that and making a profit off of that, which is a whole different ball game. There we go. Come up on sunlight again. Oh, it's really high. They've got the gates open when I came down, so they're letting the water run out. But it's flowing pretty hard. I would hate to fall in that mess. You can see the black clouds out there. It's coming again too. I'll be lucky if I make it back to the car and not get rained on. Got rained on yesterday. I was out on the bike. I was sitting at home and I thought, you know, it was kind of sprinkling a little bit, but it let up, and I thought, well, this is a good time for me to jump on the bike and knock out my 30K. And I got probably about 15K through, and it started raining, and I was able to duck into the temple there and kind of relax and let up a little bit and finish my ride and came home. And then it pretty much rained all night. But that's how it is here during this time of year. You know, it'll rain a little bit during the day and it'll stop. And then at night you'll get some more rain. And most mornings when I wake up, it's already raining. But you know, you just learn to live with it. You carry a raincoat in your back, one of those plastic raincoats in your back pocket, and you know what time to leave the house and what time not to. And you do real well. I kind of like it. The air's nice and fresh. It's not real hot. It's just kind of nice to be out. And we'll come to this intersection. I'll give you another shot of the river over there. And then we'll make a right back towards the car. Pretty neat. Yeah, he's ready. Swadika. And this to the left is one of the oldest churches in Chiang Mai. Christian churches anyway. I don't know exactly what year it was started, but it's said to be one of the oldest churches. Yeah, that water's running pretty swift right now. All the little kids out there with their flags. Pretty neat. like it tells the water levels. Waterway. Huh. It's Chiang Mai. Huh. I can't really tell. But I'm sure they know what it means. Chiang Mai Christian School. That's some nice wiring right there. Tell me that couldn't get somebody hurt. Man, unbelievable. CP Big Bike Rental. Looks like they've got surfboards over there at that hotel. Huh. I don't know if I'd want to get on a surfboard and out here. You know, that's another thing too. I wouldn't eat anything that came out of this river. Not knowingly anyway. I may have and just don't know it. But I try not to. Now, I hate that they painted this building. I've got a picture somewhere if I can find it. Before they painted it, it really looked cool. If I can find it, I'll put it in the video. Wadi Kap. What does that say? Loafing fish. Huh. Never been in there. This guy looks like he's knotted out. Swadee Kap.
Good day, good day.
Yeah. So you got swimming trunks out there. There's a real old building back in there as well. Well, there you have it. We're at the end of the walk and end of the tour, and I appreciate everybody that's come into the channel and left comments and sent me emails and just said hello, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.